And he's straight. Shalom. Hey, sorry for the technical difficulties. We're just going to go into this question, class/question. The brother had asked a question a few days ago, and I told him I put together something on it. What was your question again, Mike? What did you ask?
The question was, how do you deal with feelings of failure?
Right. How do you overcome failure, right? And this is something common that we all can relate to, right? Okay. The ones that are setting goals. The ones that are setting goals for themselves and trying to get to the next level, you can feel that because we don't always attain, right? We don't always attain the goal that we set, and it's understandable. Why? Because we ain't perfect. That's first and foremost. We're not perfect, but I want to touch on this on a different angle. We know that we ain't perfect, right? I'm not doing the we all need grace and mercy. Nah, lie. I'm not doing that. I want to talk about why we fail. I want to give y'all 7 reasons that I observed, and I can look at myself, I can look at y'all, I can look at other brothers, other sisters, my family, and say, okay, these are some of the reasons why we fail. And if we could examine why and conquer some of these things, then guess what we don't have to do? We don't got to pick ourselves up. We don't got to keep paving that road of repentance, right? We don't got to keep doing the I'm sorry. Because some of your failures are towards others, right? Some of your failures are personal, where you're setting goals for yourself and you're saying, dang, man, I told myself this week 5 chapters, chapter a night. I didn't get to it. Jeez, right? And you hold yourself accountable. But some things are now going to be detrimental for others because of the positions that brothers are in, sisters with husbands, sisters with just in the body, right? Everything we do is for each other. So everything you do for you is really for someone else, if y'all get what I'm saying, right? So I want to, instead of how do we pick up ourselves from failure, well, how do we prevent it? What are the things that allow us, let me rewind. What things do we do that allow us to fail, right? So I got 7, and I'm gonna go through them as we go through the class, but I want to see what y'all think. Give me one of the reasons why we fail. What's one thing? And I want you to think about yourself, because we're all failures in a certain certain degree, right? We haven't accomplished everything. What's that?
Unrealistic goals.
Okay, you
too high.
Set the bar too high, right?
Bar too high, yeah.
So what does that mean, though? I'm not knowing myself, right? And I don't even have that on here. But what does that mean? If I'm setting the bar at all-star pro level, but I'm only in Pop Warner, right? I'm in Pop Warner flag football, but I got the level at pro, Hall of Fame. Well, I'm already setting myself up for failure because I've never attained to that level. And it's hard to jump from Pop Warner flag football all the way into the pros, right? There's a stair-stepping method that one has to take, and that's the purpose of goals. It's I want to get here. I'm here. But there's this thing in between.
Yeah.
Right? There's these steps where, okay, Pop Warner, beginner, novice, intermediate, expert, pro, right? And you stair step your way to success. So that's a good one. Bar too high. What else? Not everybody at once. What's that?
I believe sometimes that sets me like that is negativity in my thoughts. Like negativity will lead it to me feel like I fell because I don't know, sometimes I felt like that before. Like there have been previous days where I had at the end of the day, I'll be like, man, I feel like I told my family, I told my kids, I told my rib, I told everybody, brothers, sisters, everybody.
Negative thoughts.
Negative thoughts.
What else?
That be the same thing, self-condemnation, just,
Okay. Yep. That's a big one.
yeah.
That's Israel's damn go-to, right? Israel just pull that out their pocket like an ace in a poker game, right? It's like a double six in dominoes. Like, gotcha, condemnation. It's like, bruh, sis, really? Okay, condemnation. What else?
Distractions, allowing distractions to not help, to not succeed at my goal, to not complete my goal.
Right, letting distractions take you off the path, right? What's that, sis?
Not actually writing down things that could get you off, so you can avoid them. So making a plan to, if this happens,
I like that.
what do I do when I get to this point to offset?
I like that. Bakar Gabar in the building. Lack of consistency, right? That's Israel. That's another Israelite demon that you don't even got to be in the truth, and you know that's Israel, because we lack consistency outside the truth. You weren't taught to be consistent with anything you ever did, but the negative. You were taught to smoke weed consistently, drink consistently, lay around the streets, laying with this, that, and the other consistently, consistent music, media. We didn't lack consistency for the negative, right? But now when it comes to your spiritual growth, it's like, I need a break. I need a vacation. I just can't keep doing this. So consistency. Loss of desire or discouragement. That's Dorothy Branch, right? Loss of desire. And I'm putting these out there because obviously we're not going to touch on every one of these. I want to get through the 7 that I've prepared. But I want to put as many as we can out there because there might be one that you're dealing with and you might say, oh, dang, you know what? That's my demon, right? The 7 I might have might not apply to you. But there might be one that somebody in the chat throws out or somebody in here says that you're like, you know what? Got him. Right? So how was that?
Lack of discipline.
Lack of discipline. Right? We definitely going to touch on that. We definitely going to touch that one. Right? We're going to get our fingers all the way in that one. You're like, you ever like playing slime? You get the slime all in your hands, we're going to get all slimy.
Not letting someone else know what you're trying to do so you can be held accountable. So, like if you know you want to do something, you let someone know. Like, I don't want to eat sweets anymore, so you see me eat sweets, you know.
But you don't tell your husband because you want him to bring them home so he can start eating them so you can say, well, man, he helped me break my fast. You know I was on a fast and I broke the fast because you brought the sweets home. It's a good one. I mean, think about it. It's our way of excusing ourselves from what we commit to by using others and what they're doing and not, like she said, hey, I'm on a fast. So do you mind not bringing home the fast food or the sweets or whatever it is so I can stay strong on my fast? But you know what? Man, I ain't going to say nothing. Man, please come home with some pizza so I can get a smell. Please come home with some pizza so I can get a whiff. And then I can mess up and like take a bite somehow, right?
It's like finding a way to fail.
Yeah. Finding a way.
That's a good one, right?
Finding a way to fail, right? So if y'all got more Asharaya, not reaching out for help and counsel that is needed and available at your disposal. I mean, come on, right? How many times we gonna go over using what you have around you, what you have at your disposal to be successful, doing all you can to stand, right? We ain't good at that. What else? Loss of right. I mean, if y'all got more, y'all can throw them in. We started late, so the first one I want to deal with, discipline, right? We're going to deal with that. The first one I want to talk about is lack of persistence or consistency, right? Or what the Bible says is diligence. Now, who can give me what diligence is without looking it up, without Googling, without anything? What is diligence? To being diligent. Well, it has something to do with consistency, right? That's the main part of it. So what? I gave it away. What? Well, you know why I'm asking? Because if you don't know what it is, how you going to do it? How do you know if you're doing it? How do you know if you're being diligent if you don't even know what it means? Y'all got to start looking words up and understanding the Bible. Let me see something. Watch this. Let me go to my trusty Bible app. Guess what it's going to tell me? Diligent. Diligent occurs 68 times in the Bible, 68 scriptures. That's diligent. Diligence occurs 16 times in the Bible.
A lot of times, a word that you feel like you knew or you know,
You don't know.
you don't really know it the way that it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like when you look it up, you're like, oh, dang, I thought that meant
That's what it means.
something else.
I mean, and on a little side note, that's why in law they're able to throw all kind of curveballs at you because they know what the words mean, but we don't.
Yeah. So what you got? What you got, Mike? What you think?
Like a continual effort being put in.
Right? So that's part of it. Continual effort. Right? Now, what's the definition of insanity?
Doing the same thing over and over.
Wait, but that's a continual effort. Doing the same thing over and over and what?
Expecting a different result.
Right. So think about it. Diligence is almost like insanity, but what? There's a part of diligence that you're doing the same thing over and over, right? But you're looking for where you can tweak the method or tweak what you're doing, not stop. But I'm looking to see where I can change my approach, change my method to get the result that I need. You see that? Because insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Diligence, doing the same thing over and over, what? Expecting or getting the same result. You're insane. But diligence is consistently doing something, but then stepping back and saying, you know what? Dang, man, I've been studying for 6 months, right? But for some reason, I'm not remembering the scriptures. So that means I got to step back and change the way I study. Do I stop studying because I'm not remembering the scriptures the way I want? My goal is to remember the color of Christ breakdown from scripture 1 to scripture 20. 6 months later, damn, man, for some reason I'm not getting it. Well, you know what? I give up. Defeated. I'm done. I failed, so that's it. Or you know what? I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing, and it's gonna just pop in my brain by osmosis. No, you say, wait, that's 6 months. I haven't got to where I'm at. What do I need to change while still studying? Right? Oh, well, when I'm studying, I'm watching TV. Oh, that could be it. Or when I'm studying, I'm really not giving my 100% to my studies. Because as soon as I start studying for 10 minutes, then all of a sudden my phone rings, I answer the text, then somehow I get to Facebook. And then next thing you know, I'm on YouTube for the next 3 hours. And then by that time, I'm yawning, I'm tired, sleep. I was on my phone the whole time, but I only studied for 5 minutes. So my 6 months, when I look at it, really wasn't me studying, right? It only accumulated to an hour in 6 months.
Yep.
You see that? But what does that mean, though? Diligence is not just about doing a thing. It's stepping back and looking at results, examining, and saying, oh, that's not working, right? That's not working for me right now. Or that's not working in this instance, so I got to change up the method. I got to take certain parts away from me when I'm studying, or when I'm reading, or whatever goals I'm setting for myself. Think about it. You working out for 6 months and you still got the same bird chest. Ain't you gonna be pissed off? You're gonna either say, I gotta do more reps, more sets, more weight, right? You're gonna adjust something. Because what is the thing that's allowing you to know that there needs to be an adjustment? What is it? What are you looking at? Your what?
Progress.
Your progress or your result. You're saying, oh, wait, my bird chest is still chested it. So that means that what? I got to do more. I got to probably do a different type of push-up to get that little dip right here in the corner of the chesticles, right? Or I want a little definition up under here, so I got to do wide and diamond. Or
Add more weight.
yeah, more weight. But I do 500 push-ups a day. Well, damn, my chest ain't doing what it's due, but my arms are swole. Well, switch your push-ups, right? You're looking at the result. So, am I consciously and aware enough to look at the result or the progress? I like what you said, progress of something before I even get to my end result. Am I able to look at my progress and say, well, in 6 months I want to be able to be at this level, but I'm at the 3-month mark and damn. I'm still the same, or I'm still doing the same things, or I haven't even really attained to what I want. So that means that one of the reasons why we fail is because the thing that you endeavor into, you're not consciously looking at yourself to see if you're gaining the result needed. The results don't lie. They don't lie, right? So go to 2 Peter 1 and 5, and bear with me here. 2 Peter 1 verse 5. Read that.
2 Peter chapter 1 verse 5. And besides this, giving all diligence,
Right?
add to your faith
Go ahead.
virtue,
Right, so it's going to go through these different attributes, right? And I'm going to get to a point here. So we got diligence, we got faith, we got virtue. Go ahead.
and to virtue knowledge,
We got knowledge. Go ahead.
and to knowledge temperance,
And knowledge, we got temperance. So go ahead.
and to temperance patience,
We got patience.
and to patience godliness,
We got godliness.
and to godliness brotherly kindness,
And we got brotherly kindness. Go ahead.
and to brotherly kindness charity.
So we got these 9 attributes, right? And these are 9 attainable attributes. Like if you had to set goals, you would say, man, I want to add these attributes to myself. These are the things that I should be adding to myself. Good godliness, patience, temperance, knowledge, brotherly kindness, right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. For these things be in you,
Right?
and abound,
Go ahead. And what?
and abound.
Well, wait a minute. Well, I've been going 6 months, and for some reason they're not sticking in me. They're not abounding. When something abounds, it's not just there, but it's actually doing what? It's growing.
Wrong.
Right? Now, you can look at a plant and tell if the plant's growing. You can look right off the, oh, damn, we got a new leaf in 2 days. It's growing. Or you can look and say, oh, wow, he's dying. But what does that take? It takes a constant observation. Go ahead.
They make you that ye shall neither be barren nor unfruitful in the knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
But he that lacketh these things is blind.
See, what happens is in your quest for achievement, you're blind, first off. You move around blind, like blindfolded. Because you're not taking the mirror and taking the time to look inside of it and say, oh, dang, okay, yep, I got the booger right there. Let me get that out. Boom. Right? I got the mote in my eye. Let me pull that out. I got the battle scars over it, man. Let me band-aid that up. Then I got the cut over my forehead because Satan smacked me. Damn, let me get some gauze on that. You know what I'm saying? Damn, I got all these things that's going on with me, but I'm not examining because my eyes are still closed. Think about it. What goal can you achieve if you're blind? The only goal a blind person is trying to achieve is to see. That's it. He's like, damn, I just want to see again. Right? Think about how hard it is for a blind man to get around. Everything is what? He's constantly having to make sure that he don't bump into things and run into things, and everything is a tiptoe, a slow crawl. So first and foremost, diligence and persistence won't be there if your foresight is not there. If the way you see things, if you don't see things at all, if you can't see the growth or the things you lack, you're not going to have diligence or consistency. You're not going to see the reason why. That won't be that won't be part of the equation to achieving goals. I don't see the point of being diligent. Remember, we weren't taught to be consistent in self-care and in self-growth. Because the things that we were taught that was going to be good for us, they actually turned out to be bad. Right? The only thing that we were taught to be consistent in, and it wasn't that even that hard, is evil, is wickedness. Because it's not hard. It's not hard to roll the blunt. It's not hard to be disrespectful. It's not hard to be hateful. It's not hard to be lazy. It's really not hard to be a failure. It's not hard to fail. It's not hard at all. You just got to be first and foremost blind as hell and unwilling to open your eyes and see. Go ahead.
And cannot see afar off.
You can't see afar off. You can't see up close. I'm nearsighted, four-sided, back-sided, all-sided. Right? Satan is right in your damn face, uppercutting the hell out of you, and you like, I just don't see it, Ak. I just don't see it, brother. And I'm like, we're like, what? Can you at least smell Satan's breath breathing on you? You can't see it. Can you feel it? You know what I'm saying? The dude is up on you. The spirit is on you. Not in a good way. The spirit is dealing with you. And you mean to tell me that you can't see this? But you can't see the things that are bringing the onset of these spirits? The things that are hindering? I just don't see that. Well, it's telling you because, first of all, what's the first thing? It says, and besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue. So I can come back and say, well, and this is easy, y'all don't move in faith towards your goals. We don't move in faith towards the things that we want to accomplish. Why? Because as soon as the boat starts to rock a little bit and the wind starts to blow and it starts to rain, and you go hide under the ship. You go hide in the moment where you're supposed to stand at the helm of that ship and look out yonder and see what? Oh man, this is about to pass. This storm is a facade. Look, I can see I can see clearly now the rain is gone, right? I'm over here singing songs. I can see clear, right? You're supposed to go to the front of that ship, grab on to the mast or whatever, and grab on, and you know how they show you in the movies? The dude that commands the ship in the wave, he grabs on, he puts his foot up, and he's like, no, we're gonna get through this storm, right? But what is he looking at? He's looking at the break in the clouds afar off. He's looking at the break in the clouds that, oh, this ain't gonna last forever. Man, we'll be out of this in 10 minutes. But what do? You underneath the bottom of the ship crying, sulking, failing, and then adding demons to yourself, catering to your lusts. So how could we accomplish? Read on.
And have forgotten that he.
Wait, he had did what?
And have forgotten.
You had what?
And he had forgotten.
So not only are you blinded, you're a forgetful hearer. You forgot what you were called for, why you were called, what you were supposed to be doing, how you were supposed to go about to accomplish. You forgot, oh, I got brothers and sisters around me that's supposed to help. The strong must bear the infirmities of the weak. Look not on the things of others, but not on the things of yourself, but the things of others. Forgetting the past, reaching for the future. You forgot. Go ahead.
That he would purge from his old sins.
Go ahead.
Wherefore, the rather, brethren.
So now ask yourself, what's in that old man? Isn't it failure? Isn't it doubt? Isn't it the lack of consistency, the lack of foresight, the forgetfulness? Isn't that what the old man was about? But then why do we repeat that? Why do you forget that the word, the wisdom, the constant endeavoring was supposed to purge you from repeating? When it says put off the old man, put on the new, this is what it's talking about. The lack of faith, the lack of foresight, the lack of assessment, even for your own self, the lack of care. But that's all it shows, is that you don't care about you, but you don't care about others. Go ahead.
Brethren, give diligence to make your calling.
Give what?
Give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Yeah, but remember, many are called, but what? Few are chosen. Why? Why are many called for this race, but only a few win the race? Why? Huh? The race is a goal, ain't it? Ain't the finish line a goal? How come they don't get to the finish line? Well, how can you run a race blind? How can you run a race if you forgot that you were even in a race? Oh, I ain't in no race, brother. I'm in a speed walk. Okay, cool. You ain't we speed walk, whatever, right? How can you forget that we're in a battle, in a war? How can you forget spiritually there's an attack at all times? Can you give me another one? All times, there's a spiritual attack. At every waking moment, everything you put your eyes on, somebody's on attack mode on you. Everything that goes into your ears and processes in your brain is attack mode on you. Everything you eat is attack mode. Everything you drink is attack mode. The air you breathe in, they're attacking you. The water. The clothes you wear, that's an attack on the senses. Or I should say the clothes they wear out there, because we ain't dressing like that. Every time you pop the internet on and you trying to watch the fight, they throw porn in there, right? Every time we try to go to the website to watch the fight, you can't watch the damn fight with the kids around because they popping porn on your screen. They're always attacking, but how come we forget that it's an attack? They don't want you to succeed. They want you to fail. That's why they'll give you marijuana, medical weed, medical this, medical that. Legalize this. Oh, now you can carry a certain amount of crack and coke and this and PCP and this and that. You can carry legal amounts of different drugs because they're like, oh, as long as they stay docile, we good. But have we forgotten what this is? Have we forgotten what we were called for? If it's a war, that means that your ass is drafted to fight. You're drafted to fight. Now tell me, a blind man in a war, is he feasible? Who drafts a blind man? Oh, so I need all the blind people to line up. We about to go target practice. What military does that?
United States.
Yeah, only the U.S. We taking blind, deaf, dumb, lame, lesbian, gay, transitioning, section, all that. We'll take them all. They collecting everything like Pokemons, right? Pokemans. The Most High called you because you were blind, but it would be unfair for him to say, fight this battle blind. He gave you the tools so you can see. But are you giving diligence for these tools to abound in you? He said, giving all diligence, that your faith would increase, your virtue, your knowledge. That's what the point is. Your temperance, patience, godliness, brotherly kindness, charity. The whole point was, if I stayed diligent in one aspect, then these other things would grow in me. And then the race that I'm running, I'm no longer running like a blind dummy. The war that I'm fighting, I'm no longer just shooting in the air like the niggas in the street. Shooting in the crowd, shooting at anything. My target practice is direct. My aim is on point. I know what I'm running to. You ran track. What'd you look at? The people next to you? Right. They tell you to look at that finish line. People next to you don't matter because they're looking at the goal.
Yep.
They always told us, look at the finish line. As soon as you run in that race and you turn your head, you lost. You lost. The only person I ever see do that was Usain Bolt. But he was so far ahead, it didn't matter. The dude turned his head, his body. He did a backflip before he won. But no person in history was able to run their race, turn their head, and not damn trip.
Not at those high speeds.
No. Because everything has to work together for you to abound. The foresight, the lack of forgetfulness, the virtue, the temperance, the knowledge, all these things, once you start building up this momentum, you're like this freight train that's supposed to just roll over the enemy. Go to Proverbs 13:4. Finish verse 10. Finish verse 10. Ramiro, please.
Verse 10.
In 2 Peter 1 and verse 10.
Okay, yes, sir. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 10.
Right?
Wherefore, the rather, brethren, be
Right?
diligent.
Instead of being blind, instead of being forgetful, instead of not letting these things abound in you, he said, do the rather. Do the opposite. Go ahead.
Give diligence to make your calling and election sure.
Meaning what? As I run, as I fight, assess myself, or be assessed. Look for growth. Stay the path, but watch for the enemy. Watch for the pitfalls and shift to the left. Shift to the right. Because what's the point if there's a pit hole, a pitfall in front of you, and I'm being diligent, and you run right into the pitfall. Does that make sense? No, diligence is about being able to sidestep, but still move forward. Sidestep the enemy. Sidestep the temptation. Sidestep these spirits and move forward. What were we going to say? I'm sorry.
I was going to say, like, when you said the pitfall, it's like you know and you see the pitfall, but this is the moment that you have faith that you can walk on air.
When you ain't never walked on air. Because that's when you're going from novice to professional athlete. Mm-hmm. But you didn't do the stair step thing to get there. We haven't built up enough consistency and diligence to all of a sudden you go from never walking to walking on water. Come on now. Read Proverbs 13 and verse. Read on. Finish it up.
For if ye do these things,
right,
ye shall never fall.
Yeah, end the class. Let's go home. That's it. No, but he said if you do these things, you'll never fail. You'll never fall. You'll never have to pick yourself up. So come on. Look how much we've covered. Maybe I'm talking too much. Proverbs 13 and verse 4. Read.
The book of Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
The soul of the sluggard desireth and have nothing.
Go ahead.
But the soul of the diligent shall be made fat.
Why? Because it's not that the sluggard ain't moving. A sluggard moves, but at a pace. It's slow. It's not direct. It's not towards something. So what happens? He gonna always be in one. But I'm moving. But are you moving out of the way of the things that's coming towards you? Are you constantly looking for the pitfalls and seeing where I can adjust? Y'all gotta watch more sports, man. You gotta watch more sports. You know why? Because it shows you they'll have a whole game plan. Win the game. Get the W. Right? And then what happens? They come out, first play of the game, the other team scores. Oh, game plan gotta be what? Scrapped? No, we just gotta make some adjustments. So now, okay, defense. The defense gotta step up. I'm talking about football. Defense gotta step up. And then now we might have to, when we thought we were gonna be able to run the ball on offense, we're gonna have to go to the passing game to get the ball down the field faster, to be able to catch up. The game plan don't get scrapped. It just now gets adjusted. We still need to win. You still got to play defense. You still got to play offense. You still got to run the ball and throw it. But in-game assessment. Y'all got to understand about situational assessments. You don't give up because a curveball comes your way. Just don't swing for the curveball. That's gonna be a ball, right? Just don't swing for it. Let that go that way. You move out the way. Just let that pass, man. Right? Jump from there. But it says the diligent shall be made fat. Growth. Go from there. Go to Proverbs 10 and verse 4.
Okay. Book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand,
Right?
but the hand of the diligent maketh rich.
Why? Because what is it about a diligent person? Is it about, like, let's deal with it. Is it that we lack not talent? Is it that we lack ability? No. You don't lack ability. But why do some excel over others? Why when you watch sports and you're like, man, this dude is so talented. Perfect example. Let's use LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony. Same age, came into the league at the same time. But why is LeBron 1,000 years old and still playing like he's 10? Well, because in the beginning, he was diligent on his health. He was diligent on his health from the jump. And he never got off the health tip. Where Carmelo Anthony just started getting healthy like 4 years ago. It's like, nigga, it's too late. You already past your prime. You can't get healthy now where nobody wants you. You getting cut from teams left and right, and you figured out, oh damn, you know what? Maybe I should lose some weight. But when you look at LeBron, you're like, damn, this dude's still playing at a high level for a 40-year-old, right? 39-year-old, whatever he is. And you're like, there ain't nobody his age able to do that. But go back to his inception. He stayed the course on something that was going to carry him way beyond the competition. Because what did he have? Foresight. He looked past, oh, I'm only going to be in the league for a few years. I'm trying to do this for the long haul. And he did something that, I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, I don't know, again, watch some highlights. It still amazes me at his age what he's doing. But his health, his diligence, his consistency got him to be able to at least play this long. Y'all see that? Compared to his contemporaries, people that came in at the same age at the same time. They breaking down. Right? Who got drafted with LeBron? Carmelo, LeBron, D-Wade, right? Yeah, those three. They were the top three in the draft. Look how long ago D-Wade retired. I mean, I guess, you getting your back blown out, you don't retire early because you can't play ball with the leaky bowel syndrome. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But if you look at it, these guys weren't on the health tip like LeBron was. And still is. Think about it. He didn't forget what got him to that point. So at 40, he's like, no, I got to stay on top of my health because that's the only thing that's carrying me. Or he could say, you know what? Mission accomplished. Got a few chips. I played 20 years. Let me just let it all go. Mm-hmm. But then guess what he did? Now he got other goals. You know what? I want to play with my sons. And then he came and said, I want to play with both my sons. So that means he got to play ball until he's 45. That's another 6 years that he got to stay on top of his health and his mind to get to that goal. Is it accomplishable? Can he accomplish it? Man, listen, I think he can. The dude is in phenomenal shape, right? I think he can, if barring some weird injury or something real bad. But if he stays diligent and looks out for the pitfalls and conserves himself and paces himself, the dude can play for another 5 years, and be respectable. But that's how we got to look at things. Now, this is carnal that I'm talking about. How much more the spirit? Right? So it's not about talent. It's not about any of that. It's about how much are you going to resist the urge to give up? How much are you going to resist the urge to not let the spiritual things abound in you and let the negative abound? Right? The feeling of, I just want to give up. I don't want to fight no more. Persistence and resistance. Right? Keep going and fight. That's what it's about. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. How many of us are good at that? That's part of consistency. Right? So, that's point number one. Point number dos. Lack of conviction. Who can expound to me what it means by lack of conviction? What do I mean? That we have lack of conviction. What's that, Derek?
Lack of conviction. Mean you don't care. You don't care.
You don't care. Well, you don't switch your word. Not that you don't care, but I'm not convicted. What does conviction have to do with? You're what? Starts with a B. Huh? No, close. Man, put your hand down. Huh?
No.
You said it. Oh no, I thought you said it. You don't believe. You don't believe, man. You're not convicted enough to go after what the hell you want. And I mean, go after it. Like what they say in the world these days. Get to it. Right? You hear that a lot. Get to it. Meaning what? Get on it. Let's do it. Let's ride. I got to get to it. That's like the new little terminology. They don't say chase the bag no more. Say, I got to get to it. And anybody that knows anything knows what the hell that means. Right? What you up to, man? I'm trying to get to it. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to it. The money or whatever it is. I'm trying to just achieve something. Goals. Right? Go to Proverbs. Go to Proverbs 4:23. Proverbs 4:23. Read it.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 4, and verse 23.
Isaac, what does Isaac say? We don't care attitude. Hell yeah, bruh. That right there is I think the way you're saying that is that's one of the things that hinder us. But you got to have an I don't care attitude in a different way. Where I don't care about nothing hindering me. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. 4:23, read it.
Keep thy heart with all diligence.
Wait, huh?
Keep thy heart with all diligence.
Why does it say keep your mind with all diligence? Because mind over body, it's the spirit that quickeneth. Your mind got to be in it. Your mind got to be in what you're doing. You can set goals all damn day, but so what? So what if you don't believe in your goals? I want to be a teacher. But how? How? When pornography and weed smoke and what you could be doing outside the truth is the prevalent thing on your minds. How you gonna be a teacher? Show me. I want to be an elder sister. Oh, okay, cool. How? How, sis? How? How when the only thing that's on your mind is not to be an elder sister? It's the opposite. And and why can I say it? Well, the results speak for themselves up until now, right? Because as you guys are setting goals and supposed to be examining step by step, what the hell you think we're doing? What do y'all think we doing? How many times did you have to paint the school before I said paint it? How many times did I have you test? A few days, right? Like 3-4 times. Why? Why? To see what it would look like, to try to get a foresight of how is it going to look? Is the colors going to match? You see what I'm saying? What else do we need to do? It wasn't just, hey, go grab some paint, throw it on the wall, call it a night. No, you came 4 or 5 times just to put primer, then put the paint, and then, nah, we need one more coat. Another coat. Even now, I'm like, okay, we need one more coat, right? But what are we doing as we go? We're examining. So the thing that we're doing, whenever y'all put a product out there or whenever y'all put yourselves up, guess what we're doing? We're looking to see if we keep going down this road, whatever road it is, what's going to come of it. We're constantly pausing to examine. We're constantly examining what's coming forth on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, year-to-year. Not forgetting what happened last year. Why? Because the past is a teacher. Right? We're going to get into that. Go ahead.
For out of it are the issues of life.
You see that? Out of it are the issues of life. This is where your failures or your lack of failures come from. How diligent can you keep your mind? How consistent and persistent can you be? And how much can you resist temptation, Satan? How much can you resist the old man? Matthew 6:21. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 21.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 21.
You know, it's classes like this. When I put them together, I'm just like, man, it be hitting me like, okay, sure. I got to make sure I'm on top of myself. But y'all should be looking at these classes and saying, man, you know what? I need to be hearing this. I ain't going to sit in class and act like, oh, well, that ain't me. Okay, it ain't you now, but guess what? Give it 6 months. And you're going to be able to revert right back to these things and say, you know what? I got to work on that. Matthew 6:21.
You know, on that, just on that, everybody should be able to relate in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't matter how small or how big. If it's just like hitting a big old bullseye or just hitting a speck. Like, I remember every class, and I've said this before in conversation with brothers and sisters, that every class that I ever sat in, I was the wicked one. Every class, I was the one that the scripture is talking against. And I use it, however small or how minute it was, I use it and apply it to say that was me, and I need to correct that in me. Because the Bible is our mirror, right? We're supposed to look, it shows us our flaws and where we need to tighten up at. And now, going again to the failure, right? The first thing he was talking about, where it comes to foreseeing the things. Well, shoot, the Bible shows us how to foresee it. We're supposed to be looking well to our goings. Scripture says, wise man's eyes are in his head, right?
Yep.
So we constantly looking, and we're constantly trying to see, okay, yeah, we're being diligent, but like, what's the switch up? Okay, how can I keep myself from falling into the same traps that I fell into before? Instead of repeating the same cycle and have to constantly try to repent or feel bad or feel ashamed because I'm not on it. I'm not jumping to mine.
No.
Yeah, because that happens when you miss your mark and you feel like a failure. You feel like trash. You feel worthless. You feel like you haven't accomplished. You're less than what you feel like you should be. And you start looking down at yourself. You start feeling bad. I know I have. I've done it a lot. But the thing is, if you're constantly using the mirror, looking at the mirror, okay, foreseeing the evil, there's all these steps, and Qatazap was going through it. There's all these steps, but it starts here. It starts with your habits, because we'll be diligent in everything else, but what we should be diligent in, because it's easy to be diligent in keeping up with the latest Netflix series. It's easy to be diligent in keeping up with Empire. It's easy to be diligent in keeping up with the newest movies that come out.
Right, the new musical releases.
Yeah, it's
Saza got a new one. I gotta be over there. I gotta go home and listen to that.
diligent, and guess what? Y'all are damn good at it too.
What's her name? SZA?
I don't know nobody. I don't know. I only know who people tell me in the mall who these people are.
I only know biblical characters. You asked me about Abigail, I'll tell you about her. I don't know about SZA.
Nah, I don't.
What's the chick's name? SZA? SZA?
SZA?
Saza? Oh. Well, she got a new one, y'all.
But being diligent in those things, that's what leads to your failure in other things. Your energy is misdirected.
Why y'all doing this?
So
Why y'all doing this to me?
I'll let you go to your next.
Right? Go to right, and what he's saying is on point. Go to Matthew 6:21.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 21.
Right?
For where your treasure is,
Right?
there will your heart be also.
Read that one more again.
For where your treasure is.
So what you hold as valuable, right? The goals that you hold valuable, that's where your mind will be. Your mind is going to be anywhere where you think there's value. Now, the way you calculate value, that's the problem. You know how they say one man's trash, another man's treasure? Nah, nigga. If it's trash, it belongs in the dump.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what you talking about. Another man's trash is another man's trash. Hell nah. If somebody else dumped it, I don't want it. Why would I? Right? It's what you put value on. Some of us put value on things where I'm just like, really? Okay, let's see how this is gonna go. Right? And you value this thing, and guess what? Are we still good? Huh. You value this thing, really? Because it's buffering.
Is it? It's not buffering on my
The buffer, baby. Oh, maybe it's my whack Android. You value the wrong things. But whatever you value, that's where your head's going to be at. So I can set goals, but if they're not valuable to me, guess what? I'm going to know more about Netflix. I'm going to know more about Batman. I'm going to know more about anime, right? There's certain brothers that be like, man, tell me about the new anime. Tell me about One Punch Man. And he'll give you his whole life story. I'm like, damn, you know, that deep. Now imagine if you transition that to the Bible and knew Jesus' life story. Man, you'd be a scholar. Right? You had cats to tell you the whole origins of Batman, the whole Marvel cinematic universe before it came out. A brother could sit you down and give you a whole discourse on Star Wars, and you're like, damn, like how do you even remember the characters? But then it's like, hey, what's that one scripture where it talks about training up a child? I don't know, brother. I didn't even know that was in the Bible.
I didn't know that was in the Bible.
Train up a child. I never heard that one, You know, Proverbs 20, you know, like, you never heard? Oh, okay, because Star Wars, Batman, your woman, car, money, house, clothes, finances, issues are where you treasure. That's what you put value on. So your mind is more entangled in those things. Now, let me show you something about a man that's really convicted. Because it's one thing to have your mind on something, but it's one thing to really believe what the hell it is you're doing. Go to Matthew 13 and 44. Damn. Is it buffer?
It was buffering for me.
It was?
It wasn't.
Oh, y'all trying to say what?
It's Android.
Oh, bro. Buffering me into the kingdom. Read that.
Book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 44.
So, if a man's heart is where his treasure is, well, check this out. Read.
Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto treasure hid in a field.
So, the treasure is supposed to be the kingdom. Not your mama, not your kids, not your car, your job, handling the white man's business, your degree, none of that stuff. The kingdom is the treasure. Or excuse me. Right. The treasure is the kingdom, the kingdom is the treasure.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The which, when a man hath found, he hideth
He did what?
He hide it.
No, he just took it, threw it to the side, didn't give a damn about it.
He hide it.
You know, man, look, ain't nobody else want this. You know what? I'm gonna leave it right here.
He hide it.
First of all, you took that treasure and you were like, whoa, hold up. You know when you walking and you see some money from afar off, and you like radar in, you're like, damn, wonder how much it is. And you looking around to see who else sees it, and you're like, nobody else sees it. And you walk over and you step on it. And you stand there. Look around and you act like you're tying your shoe. Right? And you're like, oh, damn, that's 100. Ah!
Or you just walk up and pick it up real smooth and slide it.
Yeah, any way you do it, you're trying to make sure nobody sees you do that. Why? Because you're like, that's my treasure. Finders, keepers, losers, weepers. You know damn well somebody dropped that, and what? You don't want them to claim it. That's all it is. You're like, I don't want them to claim that. But think about that mind state. I'm not saying, think about the mind and the way you go about to acquire and procure that treasure or that drop dollar. Oh, it's a damn dollar, right? You're like, but do you throw the dollar back? Oh man, it's only a 5, man. And you put that in your pocket and go or throw it back on the floor. Hell no, you tuck that right in your pocket like you never, like it was yours, like you lost it, right? The Bible is telling us that when you find this treasure of the kingdom, where do you hide it? Where? Where do you put it? You put it in your mind, Craig. You put it in your mind, mijo. Mija. You put it in your mind. That's how you stay diligent. It says, keep your mind with all diligence. You put it in your brain. Go ahead.
And for joy thereof.
And for what?
Joy thereof.
Because who's going to find a treasure and be pissed off? You like, Baruch atah Yahuwah. Right? You start speaking the whack Hebrew. You start sounding like the Israelis. Baruch atah Yahuwah, right? You start speaking in all types of tongues. Go ahead.
Goeth and selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field.
Wait, no, he just got the treasure and left.
Selleth all that he hath, and buyeth that field.
Think about it. You took the treasure, you found it and you hid it, went back and sold everything and went and bought the field that the treasure was in. That's conviction. Because that's belief. Because that's like, wait a minute, there gotta be more treasure here. This is fertile land, damn it. Right? There gotta be more. Wait, if there's something in that corner, I know that. You know who does this the best? The white man. Let there be gold right now underneath this damn school. Let there be gold right there at the corner. Let one of us make a mistake and strike gold. And the white man find out. He gonna buy the whole damn block. He'll buy the whole city. Because he's like, well, where one piece of treasure is, there's more attached.
Yeah, that gold usually runs in veins.
Yeah. He ain't like, oh, that was just an anomaly. All coincidental. That's how we think. Like, oh, it's just a coincidence. I don't see the value in the field. That gold, somebody else tossed it over there.
Yeah, and then there'll be veins,
And it just,
and then there'll be like one big glob that's just together.
that everything branched off from.
Right.
Yeah. So a man that, he's like, wait a minute, surely there's more to this little chunk. The chunk is dope. And that's the little finding of the treasure was supposed to be what? What was that supposed to work on? Giving all diligence, your what to your what? Go back to the first scripture. He said your faith. That little chunk was supposed to work on your faith, and you were supposed to say, whew, I knew I ain't doing this for nothing. Lord, give me a sign.
Lord, give me a sign.
Right? You DMXing it. And he gives you the sign, and what do? A lot of the times we take the sign and we act like it's not a sign. We toss the sign behind us. Oh man, that's fool's gold. But then what does somebody else come and do?
Snatch it up.
They pick it up. They're like, oh damn. They dust it off. They look at it. They examine it. They take it. They go get it examined, get it appraised. Man, I was walking through the field the other day, and I found $100,000 worth of gold. And what do? You kick yourself like, Jesus. And really all it is we all got the same treasure. We all got the same Bible. Some people are taking this book, opening it up, dusting it off. I don't got too much dust on mine. Right? But some people, why? Because I'm constantly, so that dust is falling off. Right? And what? Using it. Using the treasure. Forsaking what can be considered treasure to obtain my goals. Y'all see this? This is the point we got to get to, because I believe it's your belief. The little chunk of gold was the conviction. That was supposed to convict your spirit into what? Man, you better go buy that field, homie. You better go buy that land, because that land is that land is it. You better invest yourself in the word. Because what happens? The little chunk of gold was you applying the 1-2 little scriptures you could rub together in a time, and guess what the Most High did for you? It worked. He let it work. You were supposed to dive right in, head first, 30-foot pool. Some of us are still in the 5-foot, tiptoeing.
Hold on to the side of the pool.
You barely dipping your toe into the water. It's like, nigga, stop. It's warm. Hop in. It'll feel however you want it to feel. Hop in. You ain't gonna drown. Hop in. I want to swim. How can you swim if you don't get in the pool? Hop in. We gonna catch you. Here's life. You need the floaties for the arm? Got you. You need the one that goes. You need the one that goes over you. We got you.
What's the one that goes over you?
The life vest.
Oh, yeah.
You need the floaties, the life vest, the one for your ankles, the one for your head to keep your head up. Got you. We got all that. It's all right there, but you got to get in. You got to get in the pool. You got to be convicted that when I get in here, I'm going to learn how to swim. Too many of y'all are just still dipping your toes. Oh, it's a little nippy inside. Go from there. Romans chapter 12 and verse 2.
Got to taste and see that the Lord is good.
Yeah.
But
you've already been sampling.
Yeah, you already tasted.
Yeah, you already tasted.
You got
over
the
there
sign,
licking the damn plate.
You got the sign. You've been tasting.
Yeah.
You hanging out at the buffet.
Man, God. But you know how when you cook, you just, and you get full, and it's like time to eat. You're like, man, I'm full. All that cooking got me, I'm full. Nah, because you've been sampling the whole time. Go get you a plate. Get you a full plate and dive in, man. It's time to eat. It's really about making decisions and your decisions and being convicted in your decision making. Now, this is what we do have to understand. You know why we fail in this part, or why this part is a part of failure? Because if you're not making the conscious decision to serve the Lord and to dive in, guess what? Somebody's going to make the decision for you. The world is going to make the decision on how you should be. If you don't conform one way, you're going to conform to something else, right? Now, isn't the world about conformity? Isn't the Most High about conformity? Yeah, but now I got to make the decision. What am I going to conform to? What is the value? What is valuable to me? Read Romans 12 and 2.
Romans chapter 12, verse 2.
No trash digging. Go ahead.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Right, but where does the conformity to this world come? When you don't want to make the changes in you. When you don't see the value in buying that field. All you got is a little chunk, a taste. And the world is like, nah, nigga, you got to pay taxes, B. Taxing you. I'm going to bring you back to your low estate. I'm going to devalue what you have. That's all the world wants to do is devalue you anyway. Don't we get that? What value did the world ever put on us? What beautiful garments the world ever put on us? What beautiful knowledge has the world ever instilled in us? The world got you sagging your pants and wearing the same spandex, and you never worked out. You never went and worked out. Same spandex for a week straight. Same sagging dirty pants for a week straight. With a smell of ganja that smelled like it fell out of a camel's backside. So what is the world giving to us? They want you to be the weed head, the lazy, non-attentive, non-accomplished person. We got to make sure we're not letting the world conform us back to the old man. Read it again.
Romans chapter 12, verse 2.
Read.
And be not conformed to this world.
Make choices, man. Make the choice. Go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Be convicted about something, damn it. Get excited. Get excited. Be joyful. It's like we get the Bible and it's like, woe is me. Like, come on, man. Get excited about something. Be joyful. Be exuberant.
Exuberant.
Go dance in the damn streets like David. I don't know. Keep your clothes on. You know what I mean? But, bro, show the Most High that you believe in Him, and that you and that you really believe in what He's given us to succeed. And that's really it. It's like we don't even believe in the word. Like we don't believe that if we do this, this is going to happen. But that's why we fail. Because on the other end, don't you see that if you don't do anything, you fail? That happens, right? Right. So
You're twice a loser.
Yeah. Qatazap says low life. That's what he said low life. He killed me with that one, a low life.
Your low life.
Your low life. You know what I'm saying? Your scum. Not y'all. Not, I'm not calling y'all that. Right? But I know you feel like that sometimes. But that's what the world wants you to make you to feel. The world wants to make you feel like a low life, like a loser, like a scumbag. That's why they give you songs like Low Life, Loser, right? They give you those anthems. Cause that's what the world is about. We gotta conform ourselves, keep our minds diligent, be convicted, have some belief, have some damn courage, man. Be courageous in the word. Be courageous in your fight. Because what's the point of you stepping up and whimpering at every moment? Oh, the wind blows. Oh my God, the trees, the leaves. What was that? Oh, bro, it was just a grasshopper. What you mean, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, every little thing can't whimper us or take away our conviction. Right? Where we want to go. We're going to deal with the next one. And this is what we got to remember. When you're not convicted in anything, you're literally doing what? What are you doing that the Most High said He'll spew you out? Yeah. It's lukewarm. It's like, oh, I think I can. It's like barely wanting to hop your toe into the pool. Oh, gosh, it's so cold. Nope. And you walk away like, oh, no, I ain't getting up in there. It's cold. No, it's not. It ain't that cold. Just hop in. Lukewarm. He said He'll spew you out. How long are we going to be between two opinions? Right? How long are we going to ride that middle? Trying to what? Because usually what is it, when you ride the middle, what are you really trying to do? You're trying to please everybody. You're trying to conform to everyone's opinion. You're trying to be about play both sides, right? Well, you can't be in the world and be in the truth. You can't do hot girl summer and then righteous girl winter. What the hell?
Well, you have to cover up.
Yeah, like righteous girl winter. Oh, well, yeah, it's cold, so I got to cover my ass. But hot girl summer, I'm a 305. What? But see, that's how we be moving. That's how we be moving. Like, oh, they ain't looking, so I could dip and do this little thing, right? I could do my thing because ain't nobody seeing me. But I'm gonna be righteous when they look. But when y'all ain't looking, I'm gonna be unrighteous. Right? I'm gonna be unrighteous when you ain't looking.
Got mind control.
Because y'all ain't gonna control me. Right? That's how them demons be like, look, when they ain't looking, go ahead, just pop that thing. Pop that thing, right? Do something strange for a piece of change. They ain't looking.
They
ain't
doing
looking
it for no change. They do it for free.
Yeah, you're doing it for free. You're doing it for what the world puts value on. You got to stop riding the middle and make a stand. Draw the damn line in the sand like Moses did. And what did he say? If you about the Lord, step over here. And if you about yourself, you can stay over there. And what did he say? Go kill him. Go get him. Right? Slay him. But that's what's going to happen. That's what happens. We got to draw the line in the sand and make the right choice and make a dedicated, pinpoint, convicted choice, a believing, faithful choice to go after our goals in the spirit, to fight for righteousness, to grow. Right? Y'all with me? Read. That's it on that. Now, what's another issue? Straddling the fence. Yeah, too much of us is straddling, man. You straddling that fence. Bro, it's not good. So, number 3, and somebody said this, excuses, right? Rationalization. You rationalize every moment. You rationalize everything and it becomes an excuse. And that's what, it's like we come up with excuses to not accomplish what needs to be accomplished. Go to 1 Kings. Go to 1 Kings. And you ain't the first one. You ain't the last one. Go to 1 Kings. 2 Kings 5 and 10. 2 Kings chapter 5 and 10. See, this is an example for everything in the Bible, man. You ain't the first one that rationalized and figured out a way not to do something out of excuses or because it didn't seem like something necessary to do. Well, I don't get why they got me doing that. That don't seem necessary. What I gotta do that for? I ain't gonna do that. And since I'm not gonna do that part, that means I'm exonerated from this part. And then this won't happen. And then I'll be able to say, well, I didn't see it was necessary to do this part. That's why this didn't happen. Right? Ain't that like a mind thing? Right, read it.
Book of 2 Kings, chapter 5 and verse 10.
Right, so rationalization / making excuses to keep failing. Read it.
And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in Jordan 7 times.
Right, so Naaman, the king, he had, his skin was all messed up. Right, and so he's sending all types of people around to figure out, listen, go get the prophet so he can get me healed. Surely he gonna tell me what to do to get me healed. Right? So they get Elisha. Elisha says, do what?
Go and wash in Jordan 7 times.
Yeah, just go to the Jordan River. Just walk right down to the river. It's right there. Walk on down, dip yourself 7 times, you'll be fine. Now, if you know anything about the Jordan River, it's filthy. It's brown. It's not the best river. Right? And even the king recognized that. Now, go ahead, read on.
And thy flesh shall come again to thee.
Now, this is the thing. You ask him for the damn remedy. Right? Elisha, I need you. Heal me. Oh, I got you, bro. This is what you going to do. You ask for the remedy. I need to get off weed. Oh, we got you. Look, we're going to put you here. We're going to have you around brothers. We're going to have you around sisters. You're going to be this. Right? I want to get better. I want to be a priest. I want to die for Christ. Oh, well, listen. We'll show you how to live for Christ. Right? So look, this is what you got to do. You show up Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday for drilling, Saturday street speaking, be around the brothers, be around the sisters, unity, building, communication, counsel, right? Yee. We give you all the elements that one can use for growth. Because I want to grow in Christ. I want to be around for the brethren. Right? Because I believe in Yah. Yeah. Right? Yeah, I'm saying all the cap that brothers be coming with and sisters. They come with all the cap and talk. I'll die for this. I'll die for the truth. I'll give my whole spirit. I'll I want to dedicate my firstborn to the sanctuary. Nigga, please. You won't even dedicate a bottle of oil for anointing. You gonna give up a whole baby? Stop.
The Lord will bless me with a husband.
Yeah, and if the Lord does this, then I'm gonna do this. No, you're not. And we're not even asking for that. We're just saying, hey, give yourself. Hey, dedicate yourself to study. Be around. You know what I'm saying? Do what you say you're going to do. Right? You ain't got to do nothing extra. Just do what you say you're going to do. Hold to your commitments. Keep your vows. Keep your word. Study. Read. Ask questions. Seek counsel. Communicate. Right? Nothing too hard.
No.
We're giving you what to do. And you're like, communicate. Communicate? You like Ira said, practice? Yeah, communicate. It's that simple. But it's not. Because it's hard for some. Wait, give myself free time. All that huffing and puffing. Wait, so my Sundays, my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. But what about, I thought you wanted to be a priest. You scared of, what did he say? You scared of success?
Scared of success?
Thought you wanted to get your chest big.
Don't you want a big chest?
Don't you want to be a priest? Don't you want a big chest? Right?
Yeah, it's like
We're having too much fun up here.
everything when the opportunity, the words of wisdom, and the plan for success is presented, you want to come up and find every excuse why you cannot succeed at that, instead of looking at why you or how you can and seeing the wisdom that was brought to you. Yes, you can do it, but the first thing that comes up is I can't. Now, whenever
or why you can't go about it the way
that was delivered
that
to you.
is delivered. Yeah.
Whenever you put up in your brain, I can't, you can look it up and prove me wrong or prove me right. Look it up. Whenever you say I can't, in your brain, the ways and the paths and the avenues that will lead to you succeeding, you automatically shut them down. But when you say you can, when you can do something, it sparks your brain, and all the neural pathways start trying to find ways to get it done.
I know I can be what I want to be. Right? If I work hard at it, I'll be where I want to be.
I'll be where I want to be.
But see, we've been conditioned to, well, you want to be successful? You want a big chest? Well, I have to do 1,000 push-ups a day. You ready? Oh, well, because the way my arms is set up and my elbows and my joints, and then, 1,000, you start pop locking. And it's like, but I thought you wanted to do this. Just like this, King. I thought you wanted to be healed. Okay, read on.
And thou shalt be clean.
Thou shalt be clean, right? Go ahead, read.
But Naaman was wroth.
He was what?
Was wroth.
So you get upset for what? Not because he didn't come up with it, because he didn't feel it was necessary. He didn't like the method for him to achieve what he wanted. He didn't like the fact that there was a goal, but there was a way, a streamlined way for him to get there. Read on.
And went away and said, Behold, I thought.
He said what?
I thought.
See, I thought, but I feel, but I want, but I think. Read.
He will surely come out to me and stand and call on the name of the Lord.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do magic tricks. I thought he was going to come, call down fire from heaven, right? All the angels were going to come, surround me, lift me up into the chariot, wash me, put me in holy linen, anoint my body. It's like, wait, that's not necessary. Just follow the method. You don't need angels to come down. You don't need holy anointing. You don't need damn holy water. Just walk over to the Jordan, bruh. But it's like brothers and sisters want all these theatrics, and all the drama show. But why? Why? Oh, I know why. I know why. Because the Jews require a sign. But a wicked and slothful generation requireth a sign. You shouldn't need an angel to come down like, well, I'm going to wait for the Lord to tell me this one. I'm going to pray on that. For what? You got counsel. Pray on what? Now, I'm not saying don't pray to the Most High, right? But the Most High is not going to ascend from the clouds. He's not going to put his hands through the cloud, touch your hand, bing, and then enlighten
like
you.
that.
Yeah, he's going to come down and touch your finger from the cloud, bing, and then all of a sudden you're enlightened with knowledge and wisdom, right? Or he's going to grab you and lift you up into the chariots with his hand and put you on clouds and speak to you. Yeah, Michael, and you should. Nah, bruh. Yeah, Ivy, and you should. Nah, sis. Because you got us. You got this. You got this. Right? To do what? Most High speak once, yea, twice. Men perceive it not. The least thing you want is the damn angels to come down here and tell you something. Because that's an ass whooping. It just is. The least you want is the Most High to put his hands on you. Because you might not come back from it. The thing you do want is us. Right? The thing you do want is to go in there and read and study. And hear and listen and achieve. But no, I need the angels. I need all 12 apostles. David, Moses. Right? They all got to show up in tabernacles. I need Jesus Christ himself to ascend to get me healed. Read on.
And strike his hand over the place and recover the leper.
Read.
Are not Abana and
Farfar,
rivers of Damascus,
go ahead,
better than all the waters of Israel?
Yeah, wait. So, like, bro, why didn't you tell me to go to the better looking rivers? You got me going up in this dirty ass water.
Crystal clear.
Yeah,
Fishes and
right. You trying to get me in poop water? I want to go into baptism water, the baptism pool, like they got in the church. Wait, so you didn't get no angels? You didn't get Jesus? You didn't call God down? Fire, rain, water, hail? You didn't do none of that, and then you want me to? And then you couldn't even give me clean water? Man, I ain't doing that. I ain't messing with you. You ain't no real prophet, bro. You ain't no real healer. See, those are excuses. Those are excuses instead of saying, you know what? Let me go do it. Let me try it. Let me do what's commanded. Read on.
Well, and you know what? When you want to win, when you want to succeed, you're gonna do whatever it takes to win. However you do this, all right, I'm gonna try that. Do this, all right, I'm gonna try that too. Oh, you know what? Do this first, then mix it with some of that. I'm gonna do that too. Because you want to succeed. You want to win. The first thought shouldn't be, I don't want to do that. Nah, that ain't gonna work. Who is he? I was expecting something more elaborate, something special. Not just go take a bath in dirty water at that.
Can I read this real quick? Ephesians 6:13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, having done all to stand.
Everything.
Hey, bro, bring your sword. For what? I ain't killing nobody. Hey, bro, bring your shield. Well, I got a sword. I'm not playing defense. I'm on offense today. Hey, bro, bring your helmet. It's too heavy. Bro, get on your boot. Bro, these boots is too heavy, cuz. Right? Knee pads, shoulder pads, pants. Nah, I got to be able to move like the wind.
Right.
But you need the armor of the Most High so you can stand. Nah, I got this. It's too heavy. I ain't going to be able to do this. I can't swing the sword. My head, I ain't going to be able to see through the helmet. All the excuses. Mm-hmm. Read on.
May I not wash in them and be clean?
Go ahead.
So he turned and went away in a rage.
And then you got the nerve to be upset because you failed. Ooh. Go ahead, read.
And his servants came near and spake unto him,
right,
and said, My father, if the prophet had bid thee do some great thing, wouldest thou not have done it?
Nope. Because the problem with Israel, it don't matter what it is. If it ain't up to their liking, they ain't doing it. Because if we told you that the angels were down the block, go follow them, go chase them, you'd be like, man, it's too far. The angels, I ain't going next to them. You find some reason why not to do what's being commanded. So no, the theatrics don't work. We tried it. We did the drama show. It don't work. It don't work for some. Go ahead.
How much rather then, when he saith to thee, wash and be clean?
Go ahead.
Then went he down and dipped himself 7 times in Jordan, according to the saying of the man of God.
Mm-hmm.
And his flesh came again like unto the flesh of a little child, and he was clean.
Ecclesiasticus 32:17. What we got to understand, bro, is that people that win, people that accomplish things, they don't rationalize their way out of success. Only people that fail rationalize failure. But they literally rationalize themselves into a box of failures.
Yeah, they rationalize themselves into failure, and they rationalize themselves into failing again.
Yeah. Read that Ecclesiasticus, and it's because of this next point why they keep failing. Watch, read Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 17.
Right?
A sinful man will not be reproved.
A sinful man. See, it's a sinful. There's a sinful man. Why is he sinful? Well, because he's full of excuses. Why is he full of excuses? Because he's sinful. You see how that works? It's like a catch-22. He's rebellious, right? Rebellion is a sin of witchcraft. I'm not doing that. And this is the reason why. Now I'm full of sin, but I'm also full of excuse. Go ahead.
But findeth an excuse according to his will.
Wait, according to what?
According to his will.
The will of God?
According to his will.
Yeah, it's all about his will. Remember, he said, I thought he was going to come down, clap his hands, set up mighty prayers, shake the mountains, do the Mount Sinai thing, right? Show me the, remember when he showed the man the angels?
Yeah.
He said they'd be more of them with us than with them.
Be against us.
Yeah. Like this dude was thinking Elisha was going to open up his eyes and show him the angelic beings. But that's not needed all the time. What he said, do what's commanded of thee and do that with reverence. We don't need the drama. We don't need the damn circus show. Right? It's the simplicity that's in Christ. Elisha was giving him the simple thing, bro. Just walk to the Jordan, dip 7 times, and you be fine. Right? So, next point. Dismissal of past mistakes. And this is not in a good way. You don't, like, you know how the scriptures say, forgetting the past, looking towards the future? The Bible does say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said forgetting the past and looking to the future, but I think some of us take that so literal, you literally forget how you got to where you are. And that the past mistakes were there for what? They were there as a teaching moment for you to reflect on, not to repeat, but to say, oh wow, I've been here before. Most High brought me right to the pinnacle of where I failed, right? For the last 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. He's bringing me right back up the ladder, and I'm hitting this ceiling. But how do I break through? Well, every time I try to just knock the glass out, the glass falls in my eye, I fall. Or I go too fast, I hit my head, boom, fall. Or I lean and the ladder falls. Like, you're supposed to get to this point and say, oh, damn, the first time this happened. Second time this happened. Third time this happened. First time, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Right? But then you should say, man, third time? Nah, third time's a charm. I got this. This is what I didn't do. This is what I didn't add. This is what I didn't apply. But what does it go back to? Examining yourself, examining the situation, knowing yourself. Know ye not your own selves? But see, it's not about just knowing yourself. It's about really being real and saying, man, I got these things in me. It's not that I'm a failure. I'm just lazy as hell. It's not that I just want to fail. I'm just slothful. I just don't know how. You see that? It's about acknowledgement. 1 Corinthians 10 and 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 11. Talking like I drank caffeine and I didn't. Damn. My YouTube ain't working, bro. Cappery. Cappery. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 11.
Okay.
Read that for me.
Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 11. Now all these things happen unto them for ensamples,
Right?
and they are written for our admonition,
Right?
upon whom the ends of the world are come.
Right. So this is going back into the wilderness, and he's referencing the things that happened in the wilderness to the people. When they lusted, what happened? When they murmured, what happened? When they lost faith, when they made the golden calf, what happened? All these things were for us to look back to say, damn, I shouldn't be lusting because this is where it's going to lead me. Man, the last time I lost faith, the Most High didn't defend me because the Bible says, woe to him that's lost patience. He will not be defended in the day when he needs to be defended. So let me hold fast to my faith. Let me be faithful. Let me keep my belief. Let me keep the hope. You're supposed to get to this point, and we all do, where you're going to, I'm going to say this, wherever you failed at, guess what the Most High is going to do? He's going to walk you right to that door. He's going to walk you right to that door. He's going to walk you right up to that door, and it's going to be up to you to open that damn door. Or walk away from that door. You got to get tested. You got to see where you're at, right? But how do I know that I'm a failure? Well, I look at my past failings. How do I know that I'm successful? I look at my past successes, right? And how do I know that I'm better at failing than success, or better at success than failing? I tally everything up and I say, well, I've only failed, 5% of the time, and 95% of the time I'm successful. So I'm not really a failure. Not really a failure. I got some failures, but I'm not a failure. The one I was listening to this podcast today about how we interpret sound. And there was one thing in there that she said. She said something about decision making. And she said decision making is the most important thing to a human being because you are what you do. You are what you do. Y'all gotta remember that. You are what you do. Whatever you give yourself to, that's what you become. So, I get it. You give yourself to the flesh, you become death. You give yourself to the spirit, you become life. You become peace. Not just peaceful. You embody the spirit, the fruits. You are peace. You are love. You are charity. You are brotherhood. You are unity. Or you can be death. So decision making, the way we process and decide what we decide is detrimental to us, man. And you become what you do. Go from there. Let's see, read on. No. Yep, read on.
Verse 12. Wherefore, let him that thinketh he standeth,
right?
take heed.
Take what?
Take heed.
You better look at the past. Else what?
Lest he fall.
Right. At least you make the same mistakes and repeat them. The past is a teacher. The scriptures in Romans 15 and verse 4 says, all things written aforetime are written for our learning. Right? But now what was written down? Wasn't it not men's experience? Yeah. For what? For us to sit there and read and say, oh, that's not a bad decision. Or that's not a good decision. Right? All your experiences, the one I always say it, no one can take away your experience. It's one of the most valuable things that you can ever have if you take your experiences and now pair them with wisdom. Experience ain't enough because you got good and bad experience, right? And how do you know a good experience or a bad experience? How can you tell the difference? Well, I got to now parallel them with something and compare them to something and say, oh, damn, I know I had this experience, but it wasn't a good one. Or I know I had this experience, but it was a good one because, look, wisdom tells me that it was good. No one can take your experiences, but you got to go back on your experiences and say, I don't want to repeat, or I do. Right? Go to Titus 2 and verse 11. And really all experiences are grace. Y'all know that, right? All the times that you were able to experience something bad, do something bad, and live to tell about it, Most High gave you grace. He gave you mercy. But what are you going to do with it? Bottle it up? Act like it ain't there? How you going to fail the grace? Titus 2 and verse 11.
Titus chapter 2 verse 11.
Right?
For the grace of God that bringeth salvation
Right?
has appeared to all men.
Read.
Teaching us
Doing what?
Teaching us that.
Grace does what?
Teaching us that.
Your experience is supposed to do what?
Teaching us that.
Go ahead.
Denying ungodliness.
See your past experiences when you didn't deny ungodliness. You're supposed to look back and say, damn, I forgot. I remember how that feels. Ooh. Ouch. I see, got that scar right there because the Most High got me. And then that right there because of that. And then I scraped my knee right there because I didn't listen there. And the Most High got me there. And you're supposed to look back on these experiences and say, man, the way I felt, the sorrow, the shame, I don't want that no more. Go ahead.
And worldly lust.
Right? Find out why both of them are into that. Go ahead.
We should live soberly.
We should do what?
Live soberly.
Go ahead.
Righteously.
Because this is the thing. You also got experiences of a sober living. You're doing it now. You're able to parallel your former life with your present life. And you're able to say, oh, you know what, dang, man, look, the way I did things in the past, no peace, no joy, no understanding, no love, no wisdom. And I felt that. But now, man, I know it might be hard, but I'm doing it like this, the Bible, the wisdom, the knowledge, and how do I feel? What am I getting from it? Go ahead.
Righteously.
Right.
And godly.
Go ahead.
In this present world.
Right. Now, let's go to 5. Number 5, lack of discipline. Turned down for what? Turned down for what? What time did we start? 7:30?
Yeah, 7:30.
Right? So that's my excuse to go to 9:30. It's a righteous excuse, ain't it? How about like, oh, well, we started at 7, let's end class. No, right? Got him. Right? Right? So, number 5. We only got 2 more. Number 5, man, very detrimental. Lack of discipline. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 6. Lack of discipline. And this right here is a topic in itself. I mean, they all are, but this is a topic in itself. I could go so many different ways with this, but I'm going to keep it simple. Right? For time's sake. Wisdom of Solomon 6:17.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline.
The her is wisdom. And listen, you want to replace the her with your goals. The very true beginning of accomplishing goals in wisdom, you have to desire to be under a disciplined system. So what does that mean that you have to desire discipline? Who can give me an idea? Who can enlighten the rest of the class? What does it mean to desire discipline? First of all, what does discipline look like? Anybody? What's that?
Structure.
Structure, right? Now, ask yourself this. Any situation you ever been in without structure, how did it go? Like could you walk into a job and there was no structure? Like, does Walmart got structure? Walmart got structure, right? Don't the 7-Eleven got structure? They got a manager, assistant manager. They got doors. They got windows. They lock the doors. They got a safe, cash register. They ring up things. You can't just walk in and then walk out with stuff. They got structure. They got order, right? So structure, order. What else? What else does discipline look like? What?
I'm gonna say knowing what to say yes and no to.
Okay, I know what you mean. I want you to make it understandable for the rest of the class.
Okay.
I know what you mean. Knowing what to say yes or no to. Do y'all get what he's saying? Con or lie? What's he saying?
He's saying,
Help him out.
I think he's saying don't disagree to do something that you're not sure about.
No,
No.
that's not what you're saying, right?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. See why I'm telling you that you got to make it plain. What he's saying is what's good for your spirit and what's bad for your spirit.
God.
Right. You got to know what's good for you and what's bad for you. The scriptures say it. Know what's good for yourself and give that unto it. Know what's good for your spirit, right? Somebody find it. But the scriptures say, know what's good for your spirit and give that unto it. Right? But then the Bible also comes back and says, taste not, touch not, handle not. So what do I got to understand about me? My weaknesses. But see, the thing about discipline, what does discipline automatically do when someone sets the boundaries of discipline? What does it automatically do with your weaknesses and your temptations? Think about it. A crackhead wants to go do crack, right? But he's in rehab, discipline, structure. So can he just walk into his room, Shazam, and run around the damn no crack facility? No, because part of discipline is restrictive. You're restricted in what? Huh?
Your own desires.
Yeah, okay, but how do one go about their desires? You're restricted in movement. You can't move to your desire. You can't just walk outside if you're a person that's in a rehab center because they got the dude in the all white walking with you. Where you going? Take your meds. Time to go inside. Time to go outside for an hour. It's almost like you in jail.
Come, it is.
You're restricted. Why? Because they know as soon as you get some freedom, what you gonna do?
Run.
Where the crack? Get high. Where the fix? Where the weed? Where this? Where that? Right? You're gonna run to your desire because that's the part of discipline. You don't have it. So someone has to say, whoop, 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 box you in for your own good. That's the thing about discipline. You don't think it's for your own good. So you're like, I don't like it. It hurts. It sucks. It's boring. I'm losing. I'm missing. But the only way to be disciplined is to want it. You got to really sit down. You got to really sit down with yourself and be real and really say, what am I trying to do? I remember when I went to Rochester for the 3 months in the summer. New city, new people. Nobody knows me. I could have been a nigga. I could have did whatever the hell I wanted. I could have creeped on the weekends, creeped on the weekdays. I could have been creeping all through the damn city, right? What did I do? Home, class, Uriah's, gym with the brothers, mall, home, class, right? Now, that's one thing. I restricted my movements. Nobody was there to say, hey, where you at? Nobody was there to do that. My rib wasn't there. Qatazap wasn't there. Nobody was there. Right? So I say, you know what? This is a good time. This is going to be the perfect time for me to go on, get into my fasting and change up my diet. Nobody's there with me. Right? Late night creep. Let's go to Rings Over Rock. Right? Late night creep. Let's go to the Dominican spot. They got spots to eat in Rochester that destroy Texas. The food, Bruh.
OMG.
See, senor. I'm telling you. You got Dominican spot, Puerto Rican spot, this Elam, right? Issachar spot. That was my favorite. The fish tacos. Ugh. Beer battered fish tacos, bro. At what was it? El Niños? Is that what it was called? But it was Issachar. It was Issachar right from Arizona, right? And he was in there cooking, right? Rice was on point, all that. But guess what? That was not a every single day thing. That was okay, I had it. I have my fix for the week. Let me stay on point. Go to Wegmans, go shop. Soon as you walk in, cake, strawberry, cheesecake, this cake, that cake. And I'm like, I had to walk through the grocery store, hold my breath. Veggies, right? What were we buying in Wegmans? It was all the salads in the packs and juices. That was it. Every single day I ate the same food. I went to the same aisles every single day. Quinoa, salad, juice, and I ain't gonna front. I would slide to the cake aisle.
You can tell me that.
No, I definitely slid to the cake aisle. I definitely got some muffins. But see, I even had to do this. Okay, let me get the pack of muffins with the bunch of small ones. Right? That way I wasn't tricking off on big muffins. And I'd eat like 2 small muffins, but I'm going to show y'all something. It got to the point where, this is when I first got there, I bought a thing of muffins and didn't even eat them. They ended up spoiling because I forgot all about them. Those were like my late night, trying to creep but be righteous snack, right? But I had to be disciplined in my creep. But it got to the point where I got so disciplined that I didn't even need that. I'm like, man, I don't even need that. I forgot. It was out my brain. But I had to, before I even endeavored, I had to say, you know what? I need this. I want it. I'm going to embody this. I'm going to live this. 30 days or however long. The first time I ate meat out there was the night before I left. And I got sick as hell. I'm like, man, come on, bro. I did all this fasting and I eat the meat and I get sick. It was good. That wings over rock them wings is bomb, right? It wasn't worth being sick though. But the point is, the only way I could have accomplished that goal for that 3 months by myself, with nobody there cooking for me, with no rib cooking, with no brother like, you can do it, was me saying, I gotta do this. I want this. I want to test myself. I want to prove to me, the Most High, that I can put myself in restraints and literally cuff myself to this mind state. Right? And then it wasn't just some carnal, I want to eat better and do all that. It wasn't just about that, because there was other things that I wanted to accomplish by doing those things. Right? So now physically, I'm able to run circles around all them young dudes out there. Even today. Yes, Uriah, if you're listening. Right? Dabaya. Y'all know what it was. They called me. They said I went back into the time machine. That's what they was on. Like, damn, he's in his time machine. Hell yeah. Yeah. Because I disciplined myself because of what I wanted. Because of what I knew I had to do to be successful in that arena. I had to want it, man. I had to desire it. But see, why do we fail? Because you don't desire it because of the way you look at it. You look at it like it's taken from you. Discipline don't take from nobody. It actually adds to you. It does take the negative. It does take the impurities. It takes what's destroying you and it sets bounds so you can't access that. Right? Just like when your parents disciplined you as a child. They took away what? The video game, the TV, the phone. Why? Because they saw that that's ruining you. And you said what? See, you don't love me. You don't love me. And then you talked under your breath. You cussed them out in your sleep and all that crap. Right? But not understanding that, wait a minute, this is for your benefit. Read on.
And the care of discipline.
And the what?
And the care of discipline.
The care to want to be disciplined The care to want to desire discipline is what?
Is love.
Is what?
Love.
See, ain't no love. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. Na 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 na. And it ain't that it ain't love for yourself. It's love for others. You don't love others enough to discipline yourself to be an example. You don't love others enough to discipline yourself to accomplish your goal to show others. I did what I did to show brothers that these things can be done. You can heal yourself. You can hop back in the time machine. You can get back 20 years younger, whatever the hell you want. I can ride with you youngins. Y'all can talk all the crap, right? But I'm going to run circles around y'all daily. In the mall, in the gym, whatever it is. I'm going to have my energy up. It's not going to be an excuse. Hey, what's going on out there? Why you ain't in class? Oh, because man, I was tired, brother. I was tired. I ain't gonna lie, I got hit like that one time. I was so tired, and brothers had to come to the house to get me. I was tired as hell. And brothers is banging the door down, calling me, and I had my phone on silent. And it was the Sabbath. And they came, they knocked on that door, and I was like, oh, snap. I was exhausted. You know when that good sleep hit you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was that one time that good sleep hit me. And I faded into really, I was going to bed late. So I went to bed late, and the good sleep hit me at the wrong time.
Hit you early morning?
Hit me in the early morning, bro. They knocking the door down, and they ringing the phone, and I didn't, I was out of there. But still, the point was, I didn't use tired, I'm the only one out here, as an excuse. A sinful man would not be reproved, but find an excuse. I had goals that I set. I had things that I wanted to accomplish within me, with the brothers, right? I wanted to be a good example to y'all, right? I wanted to be a good example, but I knew that I had to be disciplined in my movement. I couldn't be sliding to wherever the hookers are. I don't know where they're at in Rochester, but I couldn't be sliding down them streets. I couldn't be sliding where the club is at, right? Every minute I'm on East Ave, right? And where the apartment is, that's Club Row. Never showed up in one of them bars. Never pulled up in one of them clubs, right? Why? Because that's not where I was supposed to be at. Never was in the mall trying to pick up on women. Why? Because that's not what I was sent for. All these things I had to say, you know what? No. You ain't doing that. You ain't giving yourself to this. You ain't going to dive into that. You're not going over there. You're not going over here. You're not going to do that. Nope. Remember the brothers. Remember the sisters. Right? Because I cared for them. Because I care for y'all. But do y'all care? Do you care enough to even accomplish anything? Do you care enough about the next man, the person sitting next to you? Look at the person next to you.
Say neighbor.
I'm going to do how we do in church. And say, neighbor.
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 I'm going to accomplish my goals.
I'm going to accomplish my goals.
I'm going to be disciplined for you.
I'm going to be disciplined.
I'm going to be disciplined for the Most High in Christ.
I'm going to be disciplined for the Most High in Christ.
That's enough of church. Right, I see why they do that in the damn church, man. Right? Because now you accountable. But that's the point. Like, remember, it's not just about you. If you ain't got love for yourself, if you ain't got love for the man next to you, you don't really love yourself. That's really how it is. If I can't do something for the benefit of the person that's warring with me and loading up my clip and fighting with me, I don't love me. I really don't. But that's a selfish mind. So go ahead, read on.
Verse 18. And love is the keeping of her law.
Right, jump from there.
I found the scripture.
What you got? Oh, the one that I said?
Got it.
Read it real quick.
It's book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 37.
Right?
And verse 27.
Read it.
My son.
Right?
Prove thy soul in thy life.
Do what?
Prove thy soul in thy life.
Go ahead.
And see what is evil for it.
Yeah. But how could I see what's evil for it and really have a real good understanding not to go deal with it. Well, I couldn't just give myself over to evil. I had to sometimes look from afar off and say, oh, nope, that ain't, I can't even go there. Again, do you got to do crack to know what happens to people that be addicted to drugs? No. All you got to do is drive down the block to any street in Houston, right? Any street in A-Leaf, stop at the light, look right, and there's a crackhead at the bus stop. And you say, okay, now, I could go down that path and be right next to this nigga at the bus stop. Or I could keep riding in my nice cushy car with AC, right? In my nice cushy home, next to my nice cushy rib, right? My nice cushy kids, my nice cushy husband, right? Or I could be at the bus stop with no shoes on, ashy ass knees, and out of it. Well, I'm going to keep riding straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep going to class. I'm going to keep going home. I'm going to take the path that the Most High said. Go ahead.
And give not that unto it.
See that? Know what's good for your life and give that not unto your spirit, man. Discipline, though. I know what's good for me. And I know what's bad for me. I know me. You think y'all are bad? Psh, stop. Stop. Beast mode. Savage. I know me. That's why I gotta stay on this path. Because I know me. I know what the Most High brought me from. I haven't forgotten that he purged me. Y'all can't forget that he's purged you. Right? Go back. Go from there. Go to, so the desire of discipline is care and love. Right? Go from there. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. 1. Huh? Yeah, I know. We ain't gonna be disciplined in this one. We're gonna finish this. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 5.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Because technically I would have went to 9:30 anyway. But since we started late. Go ahead, read.
For the Holy Spirit.
Oh, they need this one. Come on, read.
Of discipline.
Right?
Will flee deceit.
This is why you can't stay disciplined, because there's too much deception going on. Too much deception, too much deceiving of yourself. Too much, like he said, setting the bar way, 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 way too high when you haven't even taken baby steps. When you haven't conquered the small baby demons. Right? You trying to conquer 30-year demons and you still dealing with the first-year demons. Right? Doing things in order. Go ahead.
And remove from thoughts that are without understanding.
Right, but see, this is the problem. Go wash in the Jordan. Well, I don't understand why I got to do that. Well, that's why discipline ain't with you. Because it removes itself because of why. You forward thinking. You're anti. You're always second questioning. We giving you the method and you question the method. We tell you step in the light. You're like, what kind of light is it? Is it a LED? Is it a smart light? Alexa, turn on? What kind of light is it? You questioning the light. Nigga, just step in. Step into the light. But, is it gonna hurt my skin? Is it, my eyes? Is it a red light, blue light? Is it got UVs? Stop questioning. But this is why discipline removes itself from us. Go ahead.
And will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in.
And that's just the bottom line, right? Wisdom will not enter into a malicious spirit, into a malicious soul, or a body subject unto sin. Go from there. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. Stay in that book. Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 2. And really, bro, when you look at it, I don't care who you are. You could be the carnalest, most carnal person, athlete. They have to be disciplined. You know one person I look at, y'all know who Terrell Owens is? Football player. Bro, Terrell Owens is like 40 plus years old and he's still like, listen, he went to the San Francisco 49ers. He's like, listen, if y'all need a receiver, sign him. Now, if you look at Terrell Owens' body, the dude looks like he never ever leaves the gym. And I mean, he's not overly muscular and super crazy, but the one thing I know about Terrell Owens, he don't eat fried foods. He don't eat junk food. And his body, the dude, they showed him racing against 20-year-olds and dusting these cats. He was on Instagram. Yes, He raced Tyreek Hill. He didn't win that. Nobody's going to win that. He's like one of the fastest men in the world. He was racing against 20-year-olds, 22-year-olds, 25-year-olds, and killing these dudes in the 40-yard. He's 40-plus years old. 40-plus, but his body looks like he's a chiseled damn mighty man. And I'm like, how can a 40, like, what do you have to do to stay looking like that? You got to be extremely disciplined. Mind you, he ain't played football in like 10 years. He ain't played, but he's still not, he don't just look the part. The dude can run. The dude can still take hits. He can still play football, and he's like, look, I can still play. Put me on. And nobody wants to put him on because he's a detriment to your locker room. His damn spirit is terrible, right? But the point is, his discipline level is at an all-time high because he's convicted in his craft. He has a high conviction that, man, at any moment somebody gonna sign me, and I gotta be ready. See, it all goes hand in hand, the conviction to push yourself towards your goal, to stay disciplined to your goals, to stay in damn fight shape. Remember Mayweather? Money Mayweather? He used to walk around in fight weight. He didn't have to get ready for no fight. He didn't have to train for no fight. Did y'all know that? He was the only boxer that could walk in the ring and he walked around ring, they call it ring ready. Meaning he could just go do a quick little light workout, ready, fight anybody. Why? Because he always trained even when he wasn't fighting. He's always stayed in ring shape. He always worked on his conditioning. Now think about that. Most boxers, they get their ass whooped, they run to Vegas, they snort a bunch of blow, hit a bunch of chicks, spend a bunch of money, get fat, and they got to fight in 6 months. And what they got to do? They got to go work all the coke off. They got to go work out all the women. They got to work all the fat, all the bad foods, right? All the relaxation. They got to work that out of their system to get fight ready. When you got cats walking around ready to knock your head off. You think that your temptations take a break? Like, oh yeah, we about to go on vacation because she's studying now. Oh yeah, we about to go over here because he's getting right now. Hell nah. Satan ain't damn taking no vacation. Why are you? Satan is disciplined in one thing. Going to and fro in the earth and running up and down in it. Looking for who he can devour. What you doing? Running up to and fro like you sent me, Lord. Like a roaring lion ready to bite. But we vacationing. We sabbaticals and siestas and crap. There's no time for that. Satan is disciplined, man. That spirit of evil is disciplined. But so is the spirit of righteousness. We got to embody that. Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 2.
Go ahead.
Who will set scourges over my thoughts?
See, this is a question. Who is going to set scourges over my thoughts? Because the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. Who going to check me, boo? In a good way. Who's going to keep me in line? Who's going to put the parameters around me? Where can I go for that? Where can I go to be boxed in away from the damn demons? Who's asking that? Who's really asking like, man, where can I go so I can just be shut in from the negative? Or are you saying, I can't wait to get away from you righteous niggas so I can go entertain my negative? Right? Which one are you saying? Ask yourself. I can't wait to get away from y'all. Man, I can't wait to go home. Or are you saying, damn, man, I can't wait to be around the brothers and sisters that are gonna help fight for me, help fight with me? Which one are you? You gotta ask yourself, which one are you? Which one are you? And your own answer. What do you desire? Where your heart is, your treasure will be. You treasure being at home by your lonesome, away from the spotlight. Cool. Well, it'll show. It'll show where your mind is, and that you don't want scourges. You don't want things set up around you for you to not fail. Read.
And the discipline of wisdom.
And the what?
The discipline of
There it is
wisdom.
again. Who's going to scourge me and give me discipline? Read.
Over mine heart.
Go ahead. Over my mind. Who's going to help me to keep my mind with all diligence? Well, guess what it ain't? Guess what ain't going to do it? Your La Musica? Your novellas? That ain't going to do it. That ain't doing it for you. Right? Being alone, that ain't doing it for you. Hiding, that ain't doing it for you. Your mind state, that ain't doing it for you. What is going to do it, is the body. Right? What is going to do it is the unity. The brotherhood, the communication. That's what's going to do it. The application constantly. Go ahead.
That they spare me not for mine ignorance.
Or I can continue to be blind and ignorant. I can continue to walk around like I know something, but really I'm just ignorant as hell. I can walk around like, oh, well, I know the way. Why y'all telling me to do it this way? I'd rather do it that way. But look, Naaman, you ain't getting healed, bruh. You still got damn sores on your body. You still leprosy. You still a leper. You could be like the king that didn't want to do what the prophet told him, and you could walk around with that stain on you. Or you could just say, you know what? You're right. I don't know. I am ignorant. I don't know the way. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have the answers yet. Let me just follow. Read on.
And it passed not by my sins.
Is that it?
Okay.
Next point. Poor self-esteem. Some of us lack in this area so badly. And this goes into what? Poor self-esteem is hand in hand with self-condemnation. It goes hand in hand. Right? I'm going to make it short. Go to Ecclesiasticus 14 and verse 2. And then somebody else holds St. John 3:17. You don't look at yourself worthy to even accomplish anything. Again, you're not looking at like that you're even worth being successful. Why? Well, because we've been devalued. The world has devalued you, but more importantly, I said it earlier, you are what you do. So if the things that you do are of no value, just think about it. If what you do is of no value, if what you give yourself to is of no value, then of course you're going to not feel valuable. Of course your self-esteem is going to be trash. I feel like I got some worth. You know why I feel like that? Why do I feel like there's some worth in me?
Why, Priest Qatazap?
Right? Why do you ask, Priest Qatazap? Because I can look at y'all and say, okay, I could see you from day one and say, damn, I helped with that. I helped to transform this brother. You, your family, you. I can look at each one of y'all and say, the Most High has given me something valuable to give to others, and it's working. I can look at y'all as a product of my value to the Most High.
That's right.
I'm not valuing myself because there was a time when, to me, this had no value. It was another book. You could chalk this up with any other book I didn't want to read. Right? But I can now see the value in this. And when I take the treasure and hide it, I don't just hide it just to hide it and sit on it. I hide it and then say, hey, brother, look, you should try this. Hey, you should try this. Hey, sis, you should try this. So the value that I put on myself comes from y'all. It comes from the brothers in Rochester. It comes from San Antonio. It comes from Virginia. It comes from all these different things, the sisters, right? My family. I look at all those things and I say, man, I am valuable. I am worth a damn. Not because I'm making myself, putting a value on myself like that, but because of what I'm giving myself to. I'm giving myself to something that's of value. So my self-esteem, pardon me, it may come off cocky at times, right? I'm riding high on the Lord, right? Pardon me for my high level of self-belief. And that's all it is. Because I'm not the most confident cat. I'm not the most extreme out there person. If you really, really know me, I'm like, bruh, fall to the back. I don't want to be in the forefront of nothing. But what gives me the ability to do it if I have to? The word, the wisdom, the value that it's going to give y'all, the brothers, the sisters, the ones that need it also. Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 2.
Right?
Blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord.
And that's the point. We all going to fall. A just man falls 7 times, but not from your hope that the Most High can grab you and lift you back out.
Yep.
Like how you can't you can't devalue yourself to the point where, woe is me, I'm trash. We're all trash. We're all dung. We're all boo-boo. We're all filthy rags. I could go through it. We're all worms. Jacob, thou worm. We're all less than nothing. Right? And maybe that's how I should have started this class. We're all less than nothing. So what? What does that mean? That we don't try to strive to be something? The Most High said he used the base things to confound the wise. So what does that mean? The base thing is no longer a base thing. It's been renewed and transformed into something worthy. He said he made vessels of honor and dishonor. Right? Matter of fact, go there real quick. Go to 2 Timothy's 2:21.
God. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 21.
Go ahead.
If a man therefore purge himself from these,
Go ahead.
he shall be a vessel unto honor.
Yeah, I'm going to increase my value. Not just to myself, but to others. And the Most High. But he got to do what?
If a man therefore purge himself,
I got to purge these things. I got to purge the negative from me. Go ahead.
from these, he shall be a vessel unto honor.
Go ahead.
Sanctified and meet for the master's use.
Read on.
And prepared unto every good work.
Verse 22.
Flee also youthful lust.
Go ahead.
But follow righteousness.
Yeah, man, you got to be ready to flee the lusts, the youthful lusts. Just remind yourself of what you give yourself over to in your little free time and what that catapults you into, what negative you get into, what triggers the negative in you. It's what you give yourself to in your free time, in your car ride, in your house. Can you give me the times where you could be studying and giving yourself to righteousness and wisdom and knowledge? And, it don't always got to be biblical. It don't always got to be something about the Bible. Now, question, how many of us got health problems in here? Some health issue you want to work on. Whether you be overweight, whether you want to get some pecs, some abs. Okay, right? Now, who's doing the research? Who's doing the research to figure out, like, what's the best workout for me? What's the best way to accomplish my goal? Who's doing the research? No, but that's the point. You got goals, but you're not even giving yourself to that information. When I wanted to heal my body, I said, you know what? I'm going to dive in to medical studies and herbs and this and that. And I had to literally dive in to understand what was going on, to fix and heal and do this and do that. Right? I had to dive in. I had to give myself over to that information. I couldn't be in the house dancing around the pop smoke, getting sturdy. It wasn't going to work. That wasn't going to heal me. I had to give myself over to that information. I mean, y'all think that, they kind of do, but y'all think that these classes just be popping into our heads? Like, there's no effort and time put in? There's hella effort. Before the class even comes about, you know how much meditation? You know how much thinking? You know how much just orchestrating things in your mind? You know how much of that got to go on? Now think about it. We do class how often? 4 days a week. So there's not that much time to BS off my time. There's not that much time to piss off time, right? And to waste. Because as soon as this class ends, it's like, I don't Friday class is just questions, but I still got to have my mind in it.
Yeah.
Still got to have my spirit in it. I still got to study to know the information. I know Saturday class is the Sabbath, but I still got to know what the hell I'm talking about. There's no time in between the prep. And then right back on Monday, class, boom. Wednesday, class. Like, it's a constant, right? On top of what? Oh, all right, I need to talk. I got to counsel. Oh, okay, well, got to give you the information, right? Got to go to the mall and figure out what's going on in there. Got to give the information, right? So where's the time to breathe at? There is no time. That's the point. There is no time to breathe. Accept it. You ain't got time to breathe, homie. Accept it. Hold your breath and pray that the Most High oxygenates your lungs. But he will. He will. But you got to purge from the negative things that's drowning you, that's cutting off that air.
Okay.
Give yourself to the wisdom. Go ahead.
Faith.
Read.
Charity.
Huh?
Peace.
Huh?
With them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart.
Yeah, you got to be on these things. Purge yourself from the other filthy lusts and work on your charity, work on your peace, work on your love. Jump back. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it.
I was at Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 2.
Is that where you were?
That's where I was at.
Right. Okay. Jump over. I mean, y'all get that point, right? Okay, write down St. John 3:17 down to verse 21. We ain't gonna go there. This last point. You ever hear of a pessimist and an optimist? Or a realist? Have you ever heard of a fatalist?
Oh, what?
Fatalist. So it's a person that, I'm going to just read this to you. It'll make it easy. A fatalist, though, think about the word fatal. When something is fatal, it has to do with fate, but it also has to do with death. He hit him with a fatal blow, right? So it was destiny that he hit him, but the hit killed him. A fatal attraction. It was destined that we were attracted, but it's not a good attraction. It brings forth death and trauma. Fatalist. Some of us have a fatalist approach, meaning it doesn't matter what I do, it's going to end bad, so I shouldn't even try. You know, pessimist, optimist, realist.
Yeah, so like
fatalist. So
it's already predetermined.
It's already predetermined for me to fail. So what's the point? Some of us think like this. And there are people believing that, okay, I'll read this. Believing that people cannot change the way events will happen. And that events, especially bad ones, cannot be avoided. Now, this is true to a point. Why? Romans 7. Romans 7. Where good is. You know what I want. Go ahead. I find that in the law.
Romans chapter 7, verse 21.
I find that in the law. Go ahead.
I find then a law.
Right.
That when I would do good,
Read.
evil is present with me.
So yeah, evil is unavoidable. But again, should that stunt our growth from doing good? No. See, read it one more time.
Romans chapter 7, verse 21.
Right.
I find then a law.
Right.
That when I would do good.
So you see that? In order for evil to want to rear its nasty head, I got to start doing good anyway. In order for evil to come up on me or try to rip down, because evil is not going to try to take down what's evil, right? Satan can't cast out Satan, right? So I got to at least start trying to do the good for evil to try to come. But then now, that's when it goes right back into the first point. Diligence, persistence, consistency. Staying the course, but now maneuvering around evil. Maneuvering around the bad that's going to come. Foresight. For a wise man, what? With the evil. Looking afar off. Not forgetting that I find in the law where I do good, evil is present. Not forgetting that because I picked up the Bible, it ain't going to be all good all the time. It ain't going to be all roses and cherries. That Ecclesiasticus 2 is waiting on everybody's door. Right? Prepare your soul when you come to serve the Lord. Prepare for temptation. Because it's going to be there. Evil got to be there. That's how you're measured. You're measured in not when you do evil, but how you withstand evil. You're measured in, and your knowledge and your wisdom is measured in how you withstand, how you resist. That's how you know where you're at. So guess what? How you gonna ever know where you at when it's all good? It says in prosperity is a forgetfulness of affliction. And in affliction there's a forgetfulness of prosperity. So if it's always all good, how the hell you gonna know? It says a friend can't be known in the good times. But an enemy is known in the bad times. So how you gonna know who your true friends are if it's always good? If we all living and eating and chilling, just go look at every rap group that made millions. When it was all making millions, we was all buddy-buddy. As soon as we start getting broke, now we arguing. Now we fighting. Now we ain't friends no more. I don't talk to him. Then we got to do a unity, a get-together concert. A reuniting concert. And then we beefing in the concert backstage. Why? Because you need the bad. Not to fall in. I want to be very clear. Evil has to be there as the balance to show you what you really are about. Right? So, jump from there. I just want to hit a few of these real quick. I want you to go to, first of all, go to Joshua 24:14. Because this fatalistic attitude really is about, it boils down to making the conscious choice to do good. Above all, making the choice to go after the good, do the good that's in you, but making a choice towards it. Joshua 24:14. Go ahead, read that.
Joshua chapter 24, verse 14. Now therefore, fear the Lord and serve him in
sincerity and truth. Go ahead.
And in truth.
Read.
And put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood.
And this is what we got to do. We got to make the conscious choice to do good, man. To put away the youthful lusts and the things that you idolize. Stop valuing and putting value on the wrong things. Make the choice. Don't do the, oh, well, it doesn't matter what I do. You know, my fate is set. No, you will reap what you sow. That's what the Bible says. The Most High ain't mocked. What you put in is what you get out. Yeah, we're all, see, this is not about predestination. We're all predestined for what? Or we should be predestined for what? What does the Most High predestine us for? Greatness, the kingdom. Is everybody going to be there? No. Is everybody got the choice? Yeah, you got the choice whether you're going to be there or not. You got to make the decision. Go ahead.
And in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord.
Right.
And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord,
right,
choose you this day whom ye will serve.
He said, do what?
Choose you this day whom ye will serve.
Yeah, you got to get back to stop riding the fence. Make the choice of what you're going to serve, what you're going to give yourself to. Make the choice to not fail, man. Make the choice to go through the things you got to go through with a conscious mind. Make the choice to be disciplined. Make the choice. You know what one of the biggest slogans is of all time? Yes, we can. That's one of the most well-known slogans, right? Yes, we can. Who said that? Obama, right? I think some white woman came up with that or something like that. Somebody came up with it. It wasn't him. But yes, we can. Yes, you can. Yeah, I can make the right decision and get good from my decision. Think about it. When you do bad, don't bad come? So why would the Most High not give you good if you do good? Right? Genesis 4 and 6. Yashakar, Psalms 25 and 12. Don't worry, they'll call them out. And then we'll do it like that. Genesis 4 and 6.
Book of Genesis chapter 4 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Cain,
Right?
Why art thou wroth?
Yeah. Why you got the nerve to be upset? Go ahead.
And why is thy countenance fallen?
And why you walking around moving mopey and, oh my God, woe is me? Shut down, hanging your head. Right? It says a wicked man will hang his head, but inwardly he's full of deceit. You'll walk around, but inside, you're evil inside. Right? You got some nerve. Why do you got some nerve? Qatazap, read.
If thou doest well,
right?
Shalt thou not be accepted?
Yeah, like if you do good, you think the Most High is going to be whooping on you? He said he don't bear the sword in vain. Right? He said he bear the sword for wicked works. He don't bear the sword for good works. But if you do good, aren't you going to be accepted? Not by us. No. Ain't the Most High going to let up on you? Ain't the anxiety and the humiliation and the shame and the doubt and the low self-esteem, aren't those things going to ease up? Yeah, they will. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
And if thou doest not well.
But if you do not well, you can't be wroth. You can't have a low countenance. You better suck it up. Go ahead.
Sin lieth at the door.
And that's the fate, man. You're going to be a sinful man. And then what does that go back into? I'm making excuses. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Go to Psalms.
God. The book of Psalms, chapter 25, verse 12.
Right.
What man is he that feareth the Lord?
Read.
Him shall he teach.
Right.
In the way that he shall choose.
He said what? Read that part one more time. Did y'all get that?
Him shall he teach.
The Most High will teach the man that fears the Lord. Go ahead.
In the way that he shall choose.
Y'all see that? Read on.
Verse 13.
Right.
His soul shall dwell at ease.
Go ahead.
And his seed shall inherit the earth.
Because he chose right. The Most High is going to teach us how to be at peace. He's going to teach you how to accomplish your goals. Proverbs 16 and verse 3 says what? Commit thy thoughts. Commit thy works to the Lord. And thy thoughts shall be established. The Most High will teach you along the way. He'll show you how to accomplish. He'll show you how to break down these barriers. But you got to choose right. Because if the Most High ain't choosing you, then who is? You call yourself the devil in his house, the devil is not welcome here. The devil that's teaching you, man. I'm the devil. You call yourself the devil. I'm going to watch that tonight now. But if the Most High ain't teaching you his ways, the devil is teaching you his ways, man. Remember, something is going to reform and conform you. If it ain't the Lord, it ain't the Most High, if it ain't the Spirit, then guess what? It's the world and their ways. We got to make choices. Stop being a damn optimist, a pessimist, a realist, a this. Be a Bibleist. Be a Most Highest. Be a Yahwehist. Right? Be a Yahwehist. Believe in Yah. Right? Be a person that applies. Right? Be a believer. Y'all got it? Khan? Look to your neighbor and say, I will achieve my goals. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to fight for you. Amen. Bahasham, Yahweh. Listen, we got to take up the church. Right? All right, that's it, man. I know we went over. We started late. All that stuff. The water for joining us. The water for sticking in. Did y'all all go home? What happened? Let me see what we got on there. How many people we got?
20.
Oh, y'all, damn, 15.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, y'all stood in there. Yeah, Remember, Passover's coming up. Out here, we got Hanukkah coming up. We're still trying to link up with San Antonio. I think he just put down some money on the building for Sunday. We're trying to do something for Saturday in San Antonio too, if possible. If not, it's all good. I'll talk to y'all about that. But if anybody wants to get together for the feast, the 18th, right, through the 25th, the 18th.
18.
Yep,
Yeah.
18 to 25th.
Right, hit us up, get with us. We're gonna be observing the feast day here, and a day in San Antonio. In VA, they're gonna be hitting up. Rochester's gonna slide down to VA for a few days. So get with us. We're not gonna have class that week. So the 18th is what day?
Sunday. This Sunday.
Huh?
Yeah, Sunday.
Like the one that's coming up now?
Con.
Wait, what's today?
Okay.
14.
15, 16. Oh wow. Time is just doing some weird things. I'm sorry. I didn't even know the day was the 14th. Yeah, so 4 days. Who would have known? 4 days. So we're not gonna have class that week.
Fine.
All right. So we didn't give up on the truth. We didn't abandon ship. We didn't close the school. We just don't do class during the feast days. All right. So with that, we'll definitely like to say shalom to everybody.
Shalom.